So how are we feeling?
I don't have any words to sum this up. I think I'm in a state of utter almost delusion. Like I've been feeling delusional. I went for a run. Um, I think my heart is beating out of its chest, and I cannot like describe the feelings I'm feeling right now because it's just this has been an out of body day. Like out of body swims, out of body experience just watching this happen. Like what is going on? Help.
I know that like our job today is to break this down, is to, try to translate this like madness,
The 3 second time drop from her seed time right there.
the this madness to like a normal person or somebody who isn't just absolutely obsessed with, you know,
Mhm.
with these people and these people's fast swimming. But honestly, the way I was like, I had plans today, and then I was like walking quickly because I was late, and I was staring at my phone, and I was hearing Rowdy go, "Is she gonna break 150? Is she gonna break 150?" And then she was already 2 seconds under record pace.
I I know. Like imagine me half an hour later going for a walk with my friends, trying to watch the relay and going, I don't know how I'm functioning right now. I didn't know how I was walking. I didn't know how I was existing. I went for a run. It's just the breaking
And
the
like
two
I was just
seconds.
staring into space, like I closed my laptop and I was like, Kate Douglas just went a 148 3 200-yard IM.
Oh yeah, she fucking did.
She did. And
I think she solidified herself as the greatest of all time tonight. Like, I don't care what
this
happens.
is, yeah, I know, like Caleb Dressel, like Caleb Dressel was so 2018.
Caleb
I mean,
Dressel, who?
I'm like, leave him alone with his cows, ignore this ad.
Leave him alone with his cows. 2023.
But like I just okay, if I'm gonna first go through like what this looked like at the end, just to show you how dominant this was, right? So we're over here. This is this is the end of the backstroke leg,
Yeah.
and
And like, in my opinion, this is when Kate
and
Douglas.
like you don't understand. In short course worlds, Alex was ahead
Yeah.
at the backstroke, and I was like, okay, Kate's gonna win, and Tori's hanging in there, and then if you skip a bit,
Well, like, it's one thing to be like, oh yeah, if Alex wants to make her move, she has to make it on the breaststroke leg.
and I'm like,
She
but
did
you don't
make that
understand,
time
right?
there, but it was
The
already like
record,
a
I
second.
the way this is at the end, the way that Kate's swimming, this is a 150.0. This was the old record.
Yeah. Under the old record, in fact.
Under the old record.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, I thought that she was gonna break it by a little bit, and that Torri and Alex were still having really great swims. But like they just went 1, 2, 3
Oh,
in history.
it's not even like up for debate the fact that this is like insane, but it's just I just like there's no words to describe it. And I feel like Torri also coming in second says so much to her next 2 seasons in NCAA swimming because I think that Torri
Like
could
I want to see this again next year because they were
Oh, I'm
so
so
close.
excited because both Torri and Alex, like Alex has 1 more year next year and Torri has two. Think about the potential of Torri Huske in 2 years' time if she's continuing to just drop this consistently.
Let
It'll
me just
be
say, like
fucking
honestly, like
insane!
what if next year Tori goes to 148.36? Like I
This is
think
what I'm saying. This is what I'm saying.
okay,
The time
but
she has been dropping, Torri Huske is on her game. That record will be hers by the end of the 4 years. Mark my calendar.
and like everyone was saying yesterday, oh, Tori Husk added half a second in the 200 free from,
Yeah, and I was one of
and
those
I'm like,
people. But
and like, okay, she did, but today's a new day, and this is like another swim.
exactly. This is another swim, a new day, another swim.
So
Another lack of
I just want to like look at how insane this like. Let me see if I can do my like Rowdy impression. Um, this is Kate Douglas went the second fastest performance of all time 5 weeks ago. And, you know, these were the fastest performances in all time
Yeah.
in the 150-point range.
And it's, oh, Jesus.
And, you know,
like, also just take into consideration the fact that the two other athletes up here are Beta Nelson and Ella Easton. Beta Nelson, one of the most successful NCAA athletes ever. Ella Easton, same thing. So it just shows
like when Ella Easton and Beta Nelson set these records, I think they both went 3 for 3 and in their titles.
Well, I would assume so, because they are incredible athletes. And like
exactly.
the whole thing of like the comparison to like these like once in a generation athletes.
It's like every single year there's an athlete who would have been once in a generation like 5 years ago.
Yeah, right? Like just the current state we are in is just fucking bananas. Holy
so, you know, here were the top performances 5 years ago.
Yeah. And who's on that? The 200 and 400 IM long course world record holder, and that is bananas.
5 years ago, a 152 2IM would have been the fastest in all time.
Yeah.
And now Bella Sims is going 152 in winter juniors. It took it took, 8 years for the record to drop these for 2 seconds.
Yeah.
Meantime, and the meanwhile, right, here are the top all-time performances. This was the record literally 1 year ago. And then it went from 150.6 to 150.0. And Alex was like, oh my God, we didn't know this was going to be this fast. Next thing we're going to talk about, we're going to break 150. And then boom.
And then over a second and a half within the span of 366 days. 364 days.
This record dropped 2.5 seconds within a year.
Yeah.
And it dropped 1.7 seconds within a single swim. The last time this happened, where the record dropped by 1.5 seconds in like long course especially, was during the supersuit era. But also, back when China was doping.
Volumes.
But like, especially in the other 200-meter distances, obviously the actual times can't really compare. But
it's just all around
when Milok dropped 2 seconds and he dropped 1 second off of Michael Phelps's 200 fly. This is obviously not the same record. People were like going bananas because the 200-meter record was dropped by a second.
Yeah. That's why.
So like almost double that.
Which is crazy for just like, I don't know, like a college athlete. Like her talent just seems insanely out of this world.
Okay. And like the way it sent me into such a trance. On the other hand, this is clearly not updated.
No.
But,
the 50 free. That one had me like genuinely like in a state of, oh my God. Oh my God. Like, I think the thing with Maggie is that when Rowdy goes, oh, and Maggie's reaction time or whatever was solid, I was like, oh, this is her race. Because the only time you catch Maggie McNeil is on that first 25. You're not catching her on the underwater back, not even if you're Gretchen Walsh, because Gretchen Walsh has phenomenal underwaters, mind you. But no one has underwaters like Maggie McNeil. And like, Gretchen almost out-touched her, but it's just, you're not getting close to her. Her stroke is fabulous, but her underwaters are just above and beyond,
Maggie McNeil swimming the fastest ever 50-yard free should not go unnoticed.
Oh, I don't think it's going unnoticed though, and it's not underrated.
Definitely.
There's really only so far you can go, and like Gretchen Walsh breaking Kate Douglas's record by 0.01 is like, oh my God, it's still a record break. But even 0.05 when it's a 20-second race.
Yeah.
Shit. Like that's a lot to cut off of a 20-second.
Like, I think it's just insane, how fast these times are. And how fast it is to have two people sub 20.9, not even just sub 21, sub 20.9 in the same race.
It's just like, and that's the thing, right? Like, it's crazy that there's 4 people that have ever been under 21, and 3 of them are competing in NCAAs. Like, that's wild.
And one of them
Douglas won at
just
21.
like didn't even
Oh,
want to.
yeah. Like, come on. Kate Douglas would have been a heavy favorite, heavy favorite in this if she had decided to swim the 50, but she opted for the, oh, I'm just going to go with a casual, second and a half record break instead.
And like, to be clear, right? These were the results from the last pre-COVID meet.
Mhm.
And, here in the 50 free, we have Abby Weitzel with a 21.0, which I think, don't, that was the record. That was the record that was the all-time record at the time. And then today, Kate Douglas goes to 21.01, leading off the 50 free. And everyone's just like, meh.
Because of like the phenomenal swing that came right before it. But it's just like, I feel like what's really underappreciated is the fact that like it is so insane that Kate Douglas goes a 20.1 flat,
21 flat.
21 flat, just off of a relay. And it's just like, well,
Huh.
an hour ago, Gretchen and Maggie went lower. So,
Yeah.
And it's just like, we have
right.
the fastest women ever. And it's just so underappreciated.
In conclusion, what do we think about going to happen tomorrow?
Oh, I can't even I don't know if I'll make it through tomorrow. Like, in all honesty, like, my reaction today was like, I think the entire world felt it. I was clapping so hard my hands were stinging. It just got a little bonkers, and I don't know if my body can physically withstand that. But we'll be back tomorrow just to make sure that you're not missing out on any insane NCAA content. And we will be seeing probably the greatest showdown, in my opinion, in NCAA history between Maggie and Kate and
Torri. And Torri.
And Torri.
like girl just dropped 2 seconds.
I know, but
in
like
the 200 that I am.
We have to have some respect for Cater Tots pick'ems, please. Help.
I don't care about the respect for Cater Tots pick'ems.
It's like, yes,
I think
I don't think the fly is going to be challenged. I don't know.
I think that it's going to be as close as it was last year.
I agree.
3 people separated by 14 100ths of a second.
Seems likely. But also,
except, these were the results from last year. Not prelims, finals. Everyone here it's gonna be the same. It's gonna be just as close.
I know.
But everyone's gonna be so much faster.
It's just also crazy because of the swims we saw today from the top 3 women. Like, they were all like, Maggie and Kate both broke records, and Torri broke the former record. Like, they're all just so on point that it's just are they all gonna go sub 49? Possible. Really seeming possible at this point.
I think I have no words, and I think, I'm gonna save the screaming for tomorrow evening.
We're
so excited. We're gonna scream. It's gonna be like, the meme of the Grinch that's in the yoga pose, where it's just take a deep breath and let it all out. And
that'll be the photo, what's it called? I don't even know the word. It's just tune in tomorrow to watch us scream, because I don't say it lightly, I will be screaming. I will be full on, probably hyperventilating, screaming. My brain will be out of its body, and it will be the place to be tomorrow at 6 p.m. Eastern time. We'll see you here.
Not really, but we'll see each other here, and we'll see you very soon after.
We'll see you later.
All right.
Okay. And thanks for watching today. See ya.